Nuclear Thunder is back, and I've been seeing a lot of people talking about the Shrieks and the new anti-radiation missiles for the US. I wanted to go over the Darkhorse for the Soviets, an aircraft I've seen no one talk about, and honestly the aircraft that I actually have had the most fun with in the new BR for Nuclear Thunder. Before we dive into this video, I'd appreciate it if you guys hit the like button and subscribe. Only 11% of my current viewers are subscribed, and if I'm going to have any chance of hitting 10k by the end of the year, we need to get those numbers up. Also, feel free to join the Discord link down below in the description. So the Su-17M4 is a very formidable aircraft that no one really ever talks about. Sitting at a battle rating of 11.0, it barely squeezes into the Nuclear Thunder's Vietnam-era BR placement of, I think it's 8790 to 11.0, which barely squeezes in other aircraft like the F-5E with the AIM-9J for the United States, the F-4C, and things like the MiG-21 BIS, but we're not really here to talk about these aircraft. We're talking about the Su-17. And what makes this thing so formidable, such a dark horse in my opinion, is a few things. One, countermeasures. You have 390 countermeasures. That is a very insane number. When you think of, countermeasures in that regard, you think of the A-10. And yes, the A-10, you can bring the A-10A late with 4 AIM-9Ls. That's a separate video, though. The Su-17 is a supersonic, all-aspect IR, air-to-air missile bus in this game mode. There is not another aircraft like this because all the other ones are subsonic. Rather, it be the Frankfurt, the Warthog, the the A6, the Tram. None of those aircraft are going to be able to be as fast as the Su-17M4. Now, granted, the AIM-9L is a much longer range all-aspect air-to-air missile, and so is the R-73, which is found in the Su-25BM. However, something I do also want to say, this aircraft can do CAS in a pretty fun fashion. The Su-17M4 has the laser, or I guess, laser-guided KH-25MLs. It does have access to the KH-29TD, which is the TV Seeker. I would use that in a heartbeat because that is a broken missile. However, I do not actually even have this plane spaded. I have like 4 modifications on it. Missiles, KH-25MLs, and like 2 performance mods. I don't even have chaff. So don't even say for a second you can't play this thing pretty much stock because you absolutely can. I'm doing it and I'm loving it. Now, the Su-17M4, honestly, is a very underrated platform because you have things in the game mode like the Yak-130 with 4 TV-guided bombs. You've got the Frankfurt with an absurd amount of KH-25s or KH-29s or rockets or, much more, 30mm ammo than what this thing has, and a better 30mm cannon. And then you also, obviously, have your MiG-21s, rather it be the BIS, which also can carry R-60 MKs, and is the only other supersonic all-aspect missile carrier that I was saying earlier. But the Su-17M4 has the CAS ability that the MiG-21 BIS does not have, which is why I actually think it's, I prefer it personally. Now, if I had to go on a limb and take a guess, not a lot of you guys actually have this aircraft. And like I said, I've seen not a single soul talk about it. If you do have the Su-17M4, or I think there's also the German one that you can play, they might be worth bringing out and playing. Now, I've only been able to play the Nuclear Thunder event for the last hour because I've been gone for a work trip, and it's been kind of unfair that Gaijin always adds these things when I'm gone, but you know what, whatever. I was unable to queue on the American side forever, so I decided to look for a Soviet platform. That's when I stumbled across the Su-17M4, because otherwise I'd kind of completely forgotten about it. Now, I do think this actually suits a fun playstyle if people want to bring out a multi-role aircraft. This is a game mode where you have to do air-to-air, but you also have to be able to do air-to-ground, and you can do that phenomenally in the Su-17. And it's quite fun, to be completely honest. Other noticeable things about the aircraft, you can bring anti-radiation missiles. I do not have them unlocked because, like I said, pretty much stock. You can also bring different bombs and rockets. So if you wanted to go bomb airfields or bomb the fuel depots, you absolutely could. I prioritize doing the anti-air and anti-tank role, going after medium tanks and M163 sites, and then obviously doing air-to-air. And another thing I just also want to note, the R60M is still a really funny missile for using point-blank front aspect shots because they pull insanely well right off the bat. So you can absolutely kill stupid F5 players. And then if you go against F105s or F3s or F4Cs, none of those have countermeasures. So you're, again, pretty much given a free kill unless they beat it somehow. And then your guns are still your twin 30mm cannons. Like I said, they're not as good as the Su-25's gun. It's not as good as the A-10's 30mm. It's not supposed to be. I mean, it's a plane that was made to kind of be a multi-role aircraft. I mean, this wasn't made for air-to-air. It wasn't really made for air-to-ground. It was kind of a strike role, but they still needed a platform to do air-to-air. Actually, I do believe this thing originally started out as an interceptor. I don't fully remember the history of the Su-17 and Su-22 family. It's deep. I know there's a lot of history to the aircraft. If you want to, enlighten some of these beautiful people who watch my videos down below in the comments so they're better informed, please do so. Now, if you don't have the Su-17 M4, I do think your other options are maybe the Squadron Su-22 is an option at this BR. The German Premium or German Tech Tree Su-17 and Su-22s are also possibly an option. I'm playing the M4 because it's the only one I actually really have that I actually have any modifications on. I don't have any of the other ones, and it's the only one I really care for. Like I said, the high countermeasure count and the R60Ms and KH-25ML duo, it's fun. Like, it genuinely is enjoyable to play this aircraft in Nuclear Thunder. Anyways, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you guys can go out and have some fun with this aircraft and have fun with the new event, or the new BR, I guess. Let me know your thoughts on the BR, let me know your thoughts on the Su-17, your thoughts on the R60, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.